Welcome to this episode of Sailing Nordic Sun II. In this episode, we take the inflatable for a tour of Princess Louisa Inlet. Princess Louisa is a fjord-like inlet located in British Columbia, Canada. The inlet is about 5 miles long between two steep glacier-carved canyons. This inlet is known for some breathtaking scenery, water warm enough for swimming, steep hiking trails, a young life camp, and a powerful waterfall with a granite rock cliff for a backdrop. We woke to the sounds of birds on the boat. A quick check through the hatch found them swinging from the lifelines and pulpit, as well as leaving some deposits on the deck for us to clean up. The Young Life kids gathered on the dock for an overnight backpacking trip behind Chatterbox Falls. This first leg of our exploration of Princess Mooring behind McDonald Island to Chatterbox Falls. But first, we need time for a photo shoot. After a few pictures of our boat, we headed for Chatterbox Falls. The property around Chatterbox Falls was purchased by James F. McDonald in 1927. Mr. McDonald understood the uniqueness and beauty of Chatterbox Falls and the surrounding uplands. He believed this area should be enjoyed by all and should not belong to any one individual. Therefore, in 1953, he donated his land to the Princess Louisa International Society. In 1963, the Society transferred stewardship of his lands to BC Parks, with the blessings from Mr. McDonald. In the early years after the land was controlled by BC Parks, Mr. McDonald continued to stay connected to this property. Every summer, Mr. McDonald would bring his houseboats to Chatterbox Falls. I remember Mr. McDonald when I visited here with my parents in the 1960s. Every evening, Mr. McDonald would row his canoe from his houseboat to the dock so he could visit with all the yachts enjoying Chatterbox Falls. Mr. McDonald died in 1978. Once arriving at Chatterbox Falls, we motored to the shore side of the dock and tied up to the dinghy float. Float planes fly in with tourists interested in seeing Chatterbox Falls. This particular plane flew in from Vancouver with 4 passengers.
So, Chatterbox Falls, that way.
We headed down the boardwalk toward the camping area that was next to the shore. Down at the beach, we ran into some kayakers that were on a 7-day paddle. They came to Chatterbox Falls just the same way we did, up Jervis Inlet, but it took them about 3 days to get there. Now, once seeing Chatterbox Falls, they jump in their kayaks and head back the other way, paddling back to Egmont. We leave the beach and head up to get a closer view of Chatterbox Falls. On the way there, we explore the communal fire pit. The fire pits were currently closed due to the limited rain this season. I think I will skip the trapper cabin hike this year and just continue on to the falls.
Lots of moss-covered trees here. You probably can hear the falls in the background. Look at the moss hanging on that tree.
As we approach the falls, the thundering of the rushing water gets louder and mist gets thicker. It's almost like it's raining. We go back to the beach for a few selfies. Then we get in the dinghy for a few last photos before heading off to Malibu. It's a quick 5-minute ride in the dinghy to Malibu Club. As we approach Malibu Club, we can see the kids paddleboarding, kayaking, wakeboarding, and swimming. We wait at the dock for escorts, then start the tour at the original resort entrance. The club has expanded over the years. In the dining room, you can see the difference between the old and the new construction. But the pool, blasted out of granite, still remains the same today, with the exception of heated water now that Malibu has hydroelectric power. Here's a sailboat blasting through the rapids as the current flows out of Princess Louisa Inlet. This is not a place to have a motor problem. A few weeks ago, a powerboat lost power and sunk in these rapids. The boat now sits 200 feet down, just inside the rapids. Malibu Club and the surrounding hills and waterways are simply awesome. When we finished off our tour, we headed back to the boat at McDonald Island. Once back on the boat, it was time for a swim. I feel myself going in the water. What, the swimming line? Oh, I don't think I'll hit that. Oh, it's not too bad. After swimming, we have cocktails on the aft deck, while we watch the sun slowly set on the granite walls behind us. It slowly creeps up further and further until there's not much left. Tomorrow we'll be heading to Skookumchuck Narrows. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you very much for watching.